Vucari-gaming, and I'm going to be talking about something that is not exactly a game. Well, bear with me, I'm not going to be playing a game. This isn't a gameplay video, this is a thoughts video. As you might have guessed by the title, since it didn't have a game title in it. So, what I want to talk about is sometimes I wish I scripted videos, other times I really am glad I didn't. It's about microtransactions and monetization. Now, I'm not going to break down any news stories. I'm not going to really go in depth into analyzing business practices. That's for channels that are much more specialized in gaming journalism. I follow a lot of these channels. That doesn't mean I can do what they do. I will put I'll put links to channels like Young Yeah, Upper Echelon Gamers, Angry Joe down in the description of this video if you want to go listen to much more knowledgeable people talk about microtransactions and DLC and what they mean in terms of general business practices. That's not what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to talk or try to talk about what, as a storyteller and a writer who plays games, looking at the development of some games and the changes I see in the community, how I feel microtransactions and monetization as a whole has fed into a culture. And that culture is one that my friends who game and I refer to as instant gratification culture, which I'm sure is a term you guys have heard thrown around a lot to describe younger generations all over the world, but especially here in America. All about we want our cake and we want it right now, and we don't want to wait for anything. Instant gratification. Now, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I think that microtransactions and loot boxes are stupid, lazy, and immoral. I think that paywalls um, and time gates are the tools of people who don't know how to tell a good story and have to rely on artificial methods to draw things out and slow the player down because they can't create a world or a story that is compelling enough to deserve real engagement from the player. And there's this misunderstanding with game companies that it they don't need to make a good game because if they make a good game, people only buy it once. And that's just not true. Or it is true, but it's missing the point because then you get into a good game with quality DLCs that add and enhance the existing experience. If you make a good game and then continue to support that game, more people will keep coming to that game. But that was a sidetrack. So we have this culture of impatience that is manipulated and enhanced within gaming, where if something is happening, you can just throw money at it to speed up a process and get you where you want to be faster. And that has fed into game companies wanting to produce games faster and faster, which means that as games are produced faster and faster, the quality goes down. People become more and more okay with the quality going down as long as they're able to throw money at it in order to make the problem of poor quality less obvious. Although that doesn't always work. Look at Anthem, just as an example. Uh, Anthem had increasing monetization, and it didn't save the rapidly diminishing player base from just how shitty that game was in terms of the world building and the story. And, there's things like that. But my concern with this culture is has to do with a game that is controversial, even though for reasons I can understand but don't agree with. That game is Star Citizen. And for those of you who don't know what Star Citizen is, first off, what rock are you living under? And secondly, go check it out. It is an amazing game, and I love it. Uh, to the point where the only image that isn't going to be me awkwardly talking to you guys on the camera, my unfortunate hypothetical audience, is going to be the Star Citizen Squadron 42 cinematic trailer, which I'm going to have on mute. I'm going to have it on mute so that I can keep talking. Star Citizen is a science fiction game that it's completely crowdfunded. It started out as a much smaller project than it is now. 6 or 7 years ago, let's say 6 years, and it has been an alpha for, let's say, 5.5 years, and people are losing. There's a community of people, both in the player base and in the media, who are losing their shit about this game. Uh, Articles come out periodically calling it a scam, asking if it's in financial trouble. Players are uh, players are constantly kind of leaving the game because, oh my god, it's been an alpha for all this time. Now, because it's crowdfunded, all the money comes from the player base. And the way they do it is not via subscriptions, they sell ships and vehicles, and that is how they fund the game. And what I'm kind of concerned about is that we have this culture of instant gratification, and we have this company that is being funded by the player community that is creating this. I mean, just look at these graphics. This is absolutely fucking beautiful. Sorry, cursing. I know I shouldn't. This is YouTube. All these amazing artists and actors and programmers and the people who work on Star Citizen, for them it is really a labor of love. But what I'm concerned about, knowing that there is a growing culture, especially among gamers who are, as little as I like to say it, closer to me in age, who really have kind of grown up in an era where gaming was something where money could influence the pacing of your game, and who maybe have a life experience that says if you give more money to something, the money will come. The thing you want will come faster. Yeah, back to my ugly mug. Hello, hi, I'm back. Um, the thing I'm concerned about with a game like Star Citizen, it's not that I don't think it's ever going to get finished, because I have complete faith in Chris Roberts and Cloud Industry Gaming. I truly believe that these guys love what they do and want to create a high quality product. And I believe that to the best of their ability, they're going to do that. Also, as quickly as they can, because they're doing something that no one's really tried to do before. And I'm aware, and anyone who really digs or who does even a little bit of digging can see just how much this project has exploded in size since it began. But what I'm concerned about is that it's so reliant on the player base to fund the game that as if people start getting more and more frustrated and more people leave and more people refuse to buy ships because coming from this culture of instant gratification they feel betrayed or frustrated that, well, I paid $85 or I paid $45 for the starter ship and now I'm in and I'm playing and it's buggy and it's not finished because they haven't done the research to understand what an alpha is or that this game is an alpha because it's this constant iterative process where we actually, we're very lucky in Star Citizen. We have a roadmap and we mostly for the last year or so, last 2 years, I'm going to say, we've more or less been sticking to the roadmap. We've had a couple delays, we've had a couple things pushed back, but by and large, Chris Roberts and his teams are giving us what they promised when they promised to give it to us. Unlike, say, Anthem, which took down its roadmap because it couldn't keep up. And Anthem, I think, now is dead. But I'm concerned about the viability of crowdfunded games like this. Also, I'm not even going to go into the threat to viability of future crowdfunding projects with the antipathy that I can see something like, say, Epic's exclusivity deals causing in the player base towards Kickstart crowdfunded games where you're crowdfunding a game that maybe you're told, hey, it's going to be on here and here. Let's say games, GOG, the Cyberpunk, the CG Project Red store, and Steam, and then Epic comes in and buys the exclusivity deals. That's a heavy betrayal. It's not gonna happen with Star Citizen. Star Citizen is way too big for any of the um platforms out there, and Chris Roberts is far too stubborn to let anyone have that much influence over his game. Thanks, Chris. Not being sarcastic. But this is my rambly way of saying that I feel like the greatest threat to crowdfunded games is the player base. Especially a player base that is growing up with microtransactions and monetization because it threatens the integrity of the entire gaming infrastructure. I, I guess I could say, or the gaming ecosystem. Because all of a sudden, any game where players aren't getting that sense of instant, I did some, I'm getting that instant gratification, that snap factor, is it's missing out, and it becomes less than. I'm sorry if you guys are hearing that loud crashing. I live in the middle of town, so early morning on a weekday means industrial work. Anyway, I will attach descriptions of the links to the channels I mentioned earlier in the description down below. Let me know in the comments section if you've made it this far. I'm really grateful. I know I don't usually do just plain think videos. I will try and keep them to a minimum. but your engagement does matter to me. And as a gamer, this is something I think about a lot. And I'm curious to know, what are you guys thinking about with regards to monetization and microtransactions? And are you worried about the future of PC gaming with the increasing push to microtransactions and monetization? I haven't even gotten into um, live support games instead of just standalone. Boom! Here is a game with a single player campaign. I haven't even touched on that. Um, Most companies do not know how to do that, especially they do not know how to do that well, so they end up doing it poorly, which is a whole other thing that could weigh kind of badly on Star Citizen, which is itself a live service game, albeit one that is lovingly created to be that. So, it's a complicated ecosystem out there in the gaming universe, and micro to delve into a little Australian history, although I'm currently I am an American citizen and I haven't been to Australia in years. Microtransactions and monetization are the rabbits and possums of the gaming ecosystem. They're, they came in relatively innocuously. Now they're everywhere, and unless we do something dramatic, they could potentially destroy the gaming ecosystem as we know it, which is a kind of scary thought. When you look at how bad the stories of some recent games have been, I'm sure you guys have your own takes. I'd love to hear them. Let me know in the comment section down below. Consider leaving a like on this video. I definitely want a comment uh, telling me what you guys think about microtransactions and monetization. And if you want to see the trailers and gameplay videos that make up the bulk of my of my channel content, consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon, which is the only thing that will actually tell you when I upload a video. Actually, channel video uploading for my hypothetical viewers. I'm gonna cheat. Um, Haha, it's right here. It's tiny. Eh, nope. Um, I'm having too much fun trying to do this. No, I give up. I'm not spatially. It's right there. Little red thing. I'm spatially challenged sometimes, and left, right screen thing. It's confusing. Uh, I also haven't slept in like 30 hours, so uh, like the video. Thanks. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next one, which I promise, cross my skull and crossbones, it will be a gameplay video. Bye bye.